either. I mean, so. But when you get that four-way there,
Let's come up there.
I knew that'd make you happy. You know how much Dennis loves your resolutions today to be.
All rise. Claiborne County Commission is now in session. Mike Campbell presiding. Please remain standing for our invocation and our pledge of allegiance. Mr. Money.
Most gracious and kind Heavenly Father, we bow before you, come to you once again, Lord. We thank you, Lord, for being blessed with life. Thank you most of all for the plan of salvation. Lord, I pray that you go with us, Lord, through this week, that we can conduct you in the way that gracious to you, Lord. Lord, I pray for all the soldier men and all the soldier women out there, Lord, that's away from their families, Lord. I pray that you be with them, be with their families, Lord. Lord, I pray that you just go with us and help us, Lord, that we can tell people about what the reason for the season is. Go with us, Lord, shelter us in your word. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call County Commission to order. Clerk, call roll.
Here.
Dennis Cook.
Here.
Lee Shepard.
Present.
David Barker. Here. Kevin Epperson.
Here.
Gary Ford.
Here.
Mike Campbell. Here. Jason Carter.
Here.
Kenny Stroud.
Here.
Zach Mullins. Anthony Rowe.
Here.
Vicki Crosby. Here. Rosemary Barnett. Here. Carolyn Brooks. Here. Steve Mason. Here. Steve Rogan.
Here.
Eric Jones.
Here.
Jerry McCrary. Here. David Nunn.
Here.
Quentin Rogers.
Here.
Justin Wilson.
Okay, 19 present and 2 absent. First item up is approval of agenda. All over, Mr. Chairman. Second. Moving second. Any amendments?
Mr. Chairman, I like that resolution to pass out tonight.
All right, well, the number is 2025-133. Put it on the new business as 1A. Any others?
I'd like to add a discussion item, just information from the health department.
Okay, we'll then put that on the agenda as 1B. That'll be a discussion with the health department. Anything else? All those in favor of the agenda as amended, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Next item up is approval of minutes.
I second it.
I've got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Next item up is county officers' reports, county mayor's reports, county sheriff's reports, committee reports, and highway department quarterly wheel tax report.
Don't move.
Say it.
I've got a motion and a second. Any discussion or any issues on any of the reports that you need to talk about? If not, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Next item up is under public forms.
I'll move, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion second. All those in favor, say aye. Any opposed? We do have another public bond approved.
I'll move, Mr. Chairman.
Who's second? All those in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Okay. We don't have any old business. We'll start with new business discussion. This is a complaint filed on January 4th. This is position 16 for Lance. Mr. Lance.
I guess I'll let the mayor, Mr. Reestep, want to explain, start explaining. Discussion on the city.
Sure, This is a step to dispose of the remains that are left. Dispose, thank you. Not dispose, I can't get questions at this point, I'm sorry. We cannot bury it in without filing this in a document through the court system.
Any other discussion?
Where exactly we're going? Where?
I'm a little confused about why we're not burying all of them while we're burying. Well, I had somebody reach out to me about another one that's not on that list.
It's not all of them, but that was in dispute.
That's the only one.
Right, right here.
Yeah.
So, if it's right, if it's not resolved soon. If the county legislative body, the county mayor has the control, and the county has done the court order and remains subject to court order, so the way it is. On the land we got, we we advertised in the newspaper back a year ago, largely, and there was some interest at that point, but actually these are those that have not expressed any interest or knowledge of the situation. Is it because they're afraid to have to pay? No. I think it's truly, there's not, my opinion is there's not an extra can.
So if they do care and did want remains, do they get them?
Now, we'll have to get a court order at this point, because we have filed a lawsuit for.
Yeah, but Sherry, back when we first did this and did that up there, Joe could give them to anybody that wanted them, and anybody that come in there, he gave them to them. It's my understanding.
That is correct. When he did this, I think, 2 years ago, December 2023, somewhere in there. October, December, thank you. We gave out the ones that came and got them when they were advertised. However, we hit a snag. So no harm, no foul on the ones that we gave out. The ones that are done via the court, with the judge signing a court order, you all cannot give them out legally. What happens is you make notice that we have those in our possession, those remains. Those individuals then would file a petition through the courts, since it's a court order, to get those bodies, or those remains. And in doing so, they would be responsible for paying any court costs or cremation fees that they would need to do. On this list, none of those folks have answered that to pick those up.
And to carry that thought one step farther about those, we are going to advertise these 16 again as part of this lawsuit before we get a court order to do anything. So we're going to try and recognize everybody's process rights before we do anything with these particular individuals.
Right. And of the 16, only 4 of these were not court orders. The other 12 were all court orders. So if somebody wanted to claim one of those 12, they would have to petition the courts with an attorney and then make restitution to the county and cover court costs to get those cremains back.
So right now, it's December 15th, 2025, we only have 17 cremains, the 16 and the one I'm talking about?
I think that's
I think so.
That's not correct. The mayor says that the original 20 were not subject to a court order. Mr. Eastdale filed a notice in Chancery Court of those 20. I went to the clerk master's office, I got a copy of them. Since those 20 that y'all ruled on that said let the public have them if they want them, 4 were picked up. Since then, he's got another, according to the court record, I don't know what's down there, maybe he could tell us, but the court records that Mr. Eastep filed shows that there's another 10 down there. So, how many is down there? I don't know. And he says there's one. The court records, and I have a copy of them right here.
I've not said there one. I didn't do a count before we came up here of them. My understanding of this petition was from the ones that we did 2 years ago. Now, I could be mistaken about that. If that is the case, this is the 16 that were left of those 20-some that were not claimed by anybody, and then we're going to put those individuals into the pauper's plot.
You're going to do what now?
We're going to place these cremains into the pauper's plot that you all decided to put up here next to the helipad once this order goes through the court system.
Okay.
And if there's additional, we'll have to do the same process.
Right.
With them.
So there's another 10 down there. According to the court record, there's another, you got one last week, a new one. There's a total of 10 down there.
All right, again, Wayne, I appreciate you pulling the court record. I didn't count them because I didn't know that's what the discussion was. I thought the discussion was, what are we doing with these 16s that have been filed to the court?
Somebody asked about it when I mentioned it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just saying, I don't know. Now, the one that you're talking about is part of that group, but they are all court orders. So we've not done anything that's not a court order since 2023 was when none of them have been done that are not a court order. So a judge.
Can I ask about in the court order?
Yes.
So it should be a name on that?
No.
Oh, okay. It's not.
This is from that original list in 2023. My understanding.
That's correct. This is not any new or additional.
That's right.
This is working off that list that you all wanted to give them a chance to come in and claim.
Mr. Eastep says that the new ones, you've got to get a court order to get them because they had a court order to be cremated. The original 20 were handled the exact same way. He filed the paperwork in Chancery Court. There they are. You say give them back without a court order, they give back court. Why do these new 10 have to have a court order when the original 20 did not?
Because we found we were doing it incorrectly, which is why I have written and requested an Attorney General's opinion if this body of 21 has the ability to supersede a court order that is signed by a judge. We did not know that then, but we will find that out soon enough as soon as we get an AG opinion on that. If the AG says they can give them back, we'll give them back. If they say it has to go through the court and undone by the same judge that signs it, then that's the method that we'll do moving forward.
But where is the order that the judge has signed telling you all of that? I can't find it. I went through the
We just filed the lawsuit.
Huh?
There's not an order. We just filed the lawsuit.
He says there's an order.
No, he didn't say there was no order.
I said that the judge
There's an order.
signed a court document order for the cremation. It went through the court system.
Yeah, that order is.
So it has to be undone by the same mechanism.
Each one of those cases are filed separately.
That's correct.
And there's a court order allowing cremation.
Right.
Those orders are over there.
They are, and so are the ones for the original 20.
No, because we just filed it last week.
I'm talking about that. You're talking about a lawsuit that you filed for the original 20. You're asking for
I just filed that last week.
You did.
That's what it's all about.
Now, what did you file last week?
The lawsuit for these 16 remaining to bury in the parking lot.
It was filed in November.
Okay, last month.
It was filed,
There's no court order in that case at this point.
no, there's not.
I know.
Yeah. Now, I believe the mayor has indicated to some that before any of these remains can be given back, that the family members have got to pay money. Is that correct?
So if the Attorney General agrees with what myself and County Attorney Eastham says, that since it is a document that is signed by a judge, at that point it is owned by the county.
The body is owned by the...
The cremains are owned by the county because of the court order that's signed for us to process that body. Now, if that is the case, then to get those back, they will have to have an attorney that would petition the same court that will give those back, and part of that was they will have to pay for the cremation services, transportations, and any court costs that would be associated with that. That's how the petition works when it's a court document.
Okay, but I think what like Wayne Lee was talking about 3 or 4 years ago when we started this up here, we all did vote for you to give them back to them.
That's correct.
Without any money.
That's
Without
correct.
Money involved, but now you're saying this.
What we're saying now-
Went to the Eternal Generator, and we have to go this process.
So let me just go ahead, since it's in the air, let me just go ahead and dispel the devil that's in the room. Wayne Lee has an individual that wants to get his brother's cremains. And Wayne Lee wants the individual to get them at the cost of what it costs the county instead of what it costs the funeral home to pay those cremains. He wants the county discount. That's not what these funds are intended to do. The individual had somebody call my office and wanted to know the process of how that system works. I said, we're no longer doing it. We're only doing it by court order, that there's nobody that's able to take care of the body. He was given notice twice. He chose to let the county do it. It has gone through the court system now, and the county owns those individual cremains, and if he wants them back, he's going to have to petition the courts. When we did it 2 years ago, we didn't know, Carolyn, that we were doing it wrong. Now that we know that we're doing it wrong, we're trying to do it the correct way. Now, as I said, if the Attorney General's opinion comes back and says, U-21 can override a court order, then we'll give them all back. If he says that U-21 can't override a court order, then we're going to hold those, and they'll need to petition the courts to have those cremains back and then pay all costs associated with those.
So is the one Wayne talking about, the one y'all are talking about the lawsuit? Because my person, I don't think knows Wayne.
No.
No, it's a different one.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Sure, go ahead.
So, after all this discussion and what we talked about months ago, about turning the remains over, to the point we are today about petitioning the court, why wasn't there a discussion in between them two time periods, so we was aware of what's going on?
Because nothing is going on.
Nothing was going on until we had a discussion in this month's packet. So there's a lot going on in the background about somebody wanting somebody's remains at a discount price instead of paying with a funeral home, we're charging them to do it. Now, I will say that the individual's workplace offered to pay for the cremation at a local funeral home, and he turned it down because he wanted the county discount price. We know that because that's what was said at the store.
I know nothing about what he's talking about.
I'm sure you don't, Wayne.
I don't know that. Was I in that conversation?
No, you weren't. But I know he was an employee for you at the sheriff's department. You've been advocating for him, and there's not been a peep said. There's not been a peep said about any cremations until this one individual's brother got stuck in the system, and now we're having this discussion tonight so that we can have somebody's buddy's remains given back to him for free. That's where we are.
On these remains, since no one starting say from now, how long are you going to keep them for?
We will keep the current ones down there beyond this court order that County Attorney Eastham has written.
About the ones coming, that come in.
So we will keep those until County Attorney Eastham files the appropriate court order that will allow me to deposit them in the first plot. law. I cannot bury anybody until those documents are filed, which is what this document is. It's in the county commission packet.
So we'll do this annually moving forward?
You mentioned Attorney General opinion. Have you submitted that to some?
Submitted in November, but as we all know, they're not written over around. So as soon as I get it back, I will make the court fully aware of that and put that as a discussion item in their packet when I get that. I hope to have it back in by January.
Are you aware of a statute that says, and I will read it here in pertinent part, no public official that you shall charge, receive, or accept money or other consideration for a body. No money. I didn't write the law, it's been the law.
That's correct, because that is for indigent individuals that have no means to pay for it, Wayne. It does not mean that the county's in the funeral business and we give a discount for people to have their individuals cremated at the discount price for the county. That's what's been happening historically in Cleveland County.
That is in the chapter dealing with disposition of unclaimed, not everybody, an unclaimed body. Now, all fairness to you as the mayor and to any mayor, it's not your fault that people die. And it's not your fault that some of them become unclaimed.
I agree.
May I finish? It is the responsibility of the county to dispose of, not everybody, unclaimed human bodies. And it's not your fault that...
I am agreeing with you, and that's what the document the county attorney Eastep filed will allow the county, me, to do. As soon as the courts approve it, we will dispose of those unclaimed remains.
You can't charge for them.
Go ahead.
There's been two different prices. One funeral home price and the other one the county price. Which one is it to be paid to retrieve one of the remains?
Only what we're at. Yeah, over $1,000.
But the Attorney General opinion in 2018 says state law requires only that each county cover the expenses when necessary. If you can recover the expenses, it's not necessary.
Mr. Three-Step, once we get all this figured out, how long will it be, like if someone does pass away? When are you going to go ahead and get the court order so people can get for people remains?
I'm not asking for them to get to the remains. I'm asking to bury it.
Well,
And
you
I'm
said
holding
we had to have a
off.
court order before they can get the remains now.
Now, that's a separate lawsuit, Carolyn. The lawsuit I filed is to bury the 16.
Okay.
We have separate court orders, separate lawsuits for each one we do.
Okay.
And those people at any time until we bury them. But they're not, these last ones are not part of that 16. They can come in and file a motion asking for the remains be returned, and we will gladly do that when they get a court order and agree to pay the expense that the taxpayers are out for the process.
I do have a question, Mr. Mayor.
Sure.
What are you going to mark them with? Because, I mean, you're going to have 16. Do you know how far apart they got to be? I mean, is there some kind of state law or something we got to follow?
I don't think there's a state law, but when I've checked with other counties that have pauper's plots, they're typically a 6x6 marker. They have a first initial, last name initial, and a number so that you can keep up with who's buried in the pauper's field. The reason they do so, if you have a marker that has Stacy Crawford, the day you were born, the day you died, we become a county cemetery that's going to be subject to being mowed and having flowers decorate those every year. You're going to have people that's just going to stop on picking them up, and we're going to court order every one of them and have a county cemetery before you know it.
I just wondered, because, you know,
Yep.
you just got John Doe out there.
They will be marked with initial of the first name, initial of the second name, and a number below it designating the spot that they are in the Poplar's Plot.
We don't have any of that knowledge that I'm aware of. We
You
don't
said
have
you
any.
will put a number on. Are you gonna have something to refer back if somebody, say, 10 years from now?
Yes,
They see that, and they just wanted the information?
right. All those will be correlated on a spreadsheet with the individual name, date of birth, and tied to the court order. That's got all their information on it. That way if somebody comes up and wants to know who's in 7, then we can give them that, and we can have the date that they've been interred, the whole 9 yards. And that's how other counties are doing that.
What's wrong with putting their name on her? They was somebody at one time. What's wrong with a name and a date of death on her?
As I said, Wayne, we would become the new county cemetery when people realize
That's what
that,
they want to be.
yeah, when they realize that they don't have to pay for the service anymore because the county will do it and put them in a county cemetery with their name and a date of birth and a date of death on it, you're going to have about 100 in the first year. You can go ahead and put about $1 million into the county budget so you can cover all the funerals and the headstones you're going to have for people that aren't going to do it because they know the county's going to pick up the tab and do it for them.
I don't believe that.
Sure you don't.
I don't.
Okay, any other questions or anything about this? Each step will keep us up to date on it. All right, let's move on to 1A. This is Resolution 133 that we amended. Mr. Munn.
Mr. Chairman,
We have hunted. Me and Quentin both asked for a piece of property to try to put a helipad on down there. And this guy just come up and said he does have a piece of property down there beside the road, and he was wanting to do a lease with him, and Mr. Eastep called the lease up where we can lease it. It's got 15 years, 15 more year extension on it, and I don't know all the details. I just now got it when I got here. I'm not read over it all. But I make a motion that we approve this.
second.
It's not 15, it's 30.
Oh, it's 30, okay. I looked at it for reading, so. Yeah, it's 30 now after that. Okay.
Now, any discussion?
All right.
And the cost is going to be $1 per year, so you know what you know. It has to be.
Who seconded that?
I did.
Okay.
Quentin did.
What is the yearly lease on it, how much?
$1.
And you got it for 50 years?
30. So they can't do it.
Any other discussion regarding this?
I've got a question. Hey, Dave, is that going to be on the outside of the fence? It runs down through there, or is that,
Ain't no fence there.
what's right across from the caves?
Right across the
Yeah, they ain't
road.
gonna
On that hill there?
Well, it ain't gonna be on the hill.
It's right on the highway.
You know where that driveway's at, it's gonna be right there. They just back off the road and load, it's 25 foot off the state drive.
Okay.
That's where it's at. Yeah.
So the fence is on that side?
Bad fence on that. They done come up here, the last car, the one last car and whatever's over, come up and looked at it, or looked at it, come and looked at it, got me back to the perfect spot.
I heard two things, and I went and looked at it, I thought it was on the outside.
Yeah, they just cleaned the fence go out, get it out of the way, so.
Guys over here can't hear what you're talking about.
I'm sorry.
Bring it back.
That's his microphone in front of you.
I thought it was probably good, but it wasn't.
Is that what they said?
Does it need to be called a helipad landing or?
Emergency.
Or a helipad?
Emergency landing pad, but whatever.
Because we had to call ours a landing zone.
I call it that, you can call it whatever you want to.
You call it what?
I call it that, you can call it whatever you want to.
Yeah.
We had to call ours temporary landing zone.
I mentioned,
Just to make sure that
Mr. Spurlock?
Just a point of discussion, I'm sure it's probably, everybody's aware of it, but it's this Lifelight, the company, are they going to be establishing the helipad and building it and paying for it? Who's going to build and pay for this helipad?
it was COVID money.
They was money that the mayor, we've done one in Fort Ridge, we've done one in Kerrfield, for the COVID money, $10,000 to each department, and we got 10,000 down there for that community down there. And we paid all over the country for somewhere to put it, and thought we was gonna put it to school, but that become the biggest fuss that I ever got in my life. And this guy just walked up and said, I'm happy to give you a piece of property right here and set it beside Highway 63. They just gotta back off the road, load the patient on the helicopter and go on. It's just a concrete pad, it's gonna be there what it's gonna be, for them to land on.
Well, I just know that the infrastructure for a helipad, for them to be able to land in daytime and night times, they gotta have lights approved to go. Is that all that's included?
No, I got them, they told us not to do that. Because then we get the FFA, it's just an emergency landing pad.
Just an emergency landing pad.
It's not a permanent thing.
Not an established helipad. Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion? If not, clerk call the roll.
Zachary Bunn.
Yes.
Dennis Cook.
Yes.
Bruce Shepherd.
Yes.
Haley Barker.
Yes.
Nathan Nicholson.
Yes.
Gary Ford.
Yes.
Mike Campbell.
Yes.
Stacy Crawford.
Yes.
Tim Sherman.
Yes.
Anthony Rowe.
Yes.
Stephen Fossey.
Yes.
Rosemary Barnett.
Yes.
Carolyn Brooks.
Yes.
Steve Mason.
Yes.
Steve Rogan.
Yes.
Derek Jones.
Yes.
Sharon Prairie.
Yes.
David Moon.
Yes.
Quentin Roberts.
Yes.
Motion carries 19-4, 0 against. Next
I
item,
think we ought
another.
to give Aaron, we ought to thank Aaron Roberts and all of us for letting us have that property for that.
Please do. Next item up is discussion, this is B1B, the health department.
Good evening. I'm Garnet Sutherland. I serve as your county director for your local health department, and I gave you this information flyer regarding our services. But the reason that I wanted to highlight that is in January, we will be highlighting or starting a new service specific to sick visits. We are not going to become an urgent care, or we don't replace your primary care physician, but we will have the capability of seeing same-day sick for adults. And an example of those types of appointments or walk-in would be like a sore throat, earache, respiratory infection, nausea, vomiting, those types of things. So we do have a provider that's there 1 day a week, but then we would be able to complete your service through telehealth on those other days. So it's just an additional service to help individuals within our community. And once I have additional promotional materials, when we start in January, I'll bring those back to you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next item up, resolution 126, Family Justice Center contribution budget amendment, Mr. Curry.
The Family Justice Centers received a $100 donation, and they would love if anybody else would like to donate to them. But they have this $100 donation, and I have a resolution that we move it into the account so they can actually spend it.
Second.
We've got a motion and second, any discussion? Not clerk call the roll.
Zachary Bunn.
Yes.
Dennis Cook.
Yes.
Bruce Shepherd.
Yes.
Haley Barker. Nathan Nicholson.
Yes.
Gary Ford.
Yes.
Mike Campbell.
Yes.
Stacy Crawford.
Yes.
Tim Sherman.
Yes.
Anthony Rowe.
Yes.
Stephen Fossey.
Yes.
Rosemary Barnett.
Yes.
Carolyn Brooks.
Yes.
Steve Mason.
Yes.
Steve Rogan.
Yes.
Eric Jones.
Yes.
Sharon Prairie.
Yes.
David Moon.
Yes.
Quentin Roberts.
Yes.
Motion carries 19-4, 0 against. Next item is resolution 127, Family Justice Center budget amendment, Mr.
They
Curry.
were separate, I couldn't do it together. I didn't want to, I like to talk. This resolution, the Family Justice Center received a one-time flexible spending award, and I make the motion that we move it into an account so they can spend it.
Second.
$2,500.
Got a motion and second, any discussion? Not clerk call the roll.
Zachary Bunn.
Yes.
Dennis Cook.
Yes.
Wood Chooper?
Yes.
David Morgan?
Yes.
Nathan Anderson?
Yes.
Gary Ford?
Yes.
Mike Kennedy?
Yes.
Stacy Crawford?
Yes.
Jim Shroud?
Yes.
Anthony Rowland?
Yes.
Angel Cosby?
Yes.
Rosemary Barnett? Yes. Carolyn Brooks?
Yes.
Steve Mason?
Yes.
Steve Rogan?
Yes.
Derek Jones?
Yes.
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 Motion carries 19-4, 0 against. Next resolution is 128, Sheriff's Office, HPE grant budget amendment. Mr. Stroud.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. If we could, I'd like to move 128, 129, and 130, and 131 together, if we can. These are budget amendments in reference to grant-related items. One is the mental health grant, the other being the ADD grant, the high visibility grant, and the SRO grant. And this is just money movements allowing us to access the money to do this spending. I make a motion to approve.
Got a motion second, any discussion?
I'm certainly fine mixing them all together, but could you, for the sake of the court and those listening, the HDE grant, could you kind of talk about that, what it does?
Sure. The high visibility grant allows grant monies to be paid to local officers to go out, additional patrol, seeking DUIs, trying to remove them from the roadways, and that's paid for by a grant through the state.
Any other discussion? If not, clerk call the roll.
Zachary Dunn?
Yes.
Dennis Cook?
Yes.
Wood Chooper?
Yes.
David Barker?
Yes.
Nathan Anderson?
Yes.
Gary Ford?
Yes.
Mike Kennedy?
Yes.
Stacy Crawford?
Yes.
Jim Shroud?
Yes.
Anthony Rowland?
Yes.
Angel Cosby?
Yes.
Yes. Carolyn Brooks?
Yes.
Steve Mason?
Yes.
Steve Rogan?
Yes.
Derek Jones?
Yes.
Shelley Green?
Yes.
Colin Henry?
Yes.
Yes.
Motion carries 19-4, 0 against. Next resolution is 132, accepting EFRA-00A grant fiscal year 26. Mr. Munn.
This is a grant that the senior citizens has got. It's $20,000 each place. Is that right, Mr. Murray? And if he wants to elaborate on what all they're going to do with it, he can, but I make a motion to approve it.
Thank you.
Got a motion second, any discussion? Clerk call the roll.
Dennis Cook?
Yes.
Wood Chooper?
Yes.
David Barker?
Yes.
Nathan Anderson?
Yes.
Gary Ford?
Yes.
Mike Kennedy?
Yes.
Stacy Crawford?
Yes.
Jim Shroud?
Yes.
Anthony Rowland?
Yes.
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 Motion carries 19-4, 0 against. Before we adjourn, Mr. Spurlock, you want to mention about the handout that you had about?
So the beautiful color typo handout that you got says Merry Christmas. We want to thank all of the county commissioners for supporting the Standing the Gap Coalition through the year. As you open that up, that's going to show you what all we've been involved in throughout the whole year. It's quite active, and we're looking for it to be very active this coming year, and we'll be calling on you for your support. But we just want to thank you very much as the Prevention Coalition here in your county.
Thank you and your work.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes. go
Very
ahead.
quickly, I'd like to do something real quick that we might have should have done to begin with. I'd like to take the time to introduce all 19 that are here, county commissioners and the public, to our new finance director, Mr. Brandon Walters. He's got some big shoes to fill, but we're confident he's going to get there.
Ms. Bistro.
I just got my email tonight that it's time to fill out an ethics report.
Yeah, I got one today too.
So get ready to do that. I think the end is January 30th. So they're here, it's time to get started on that. I got my email.
ethics.
I'll be glad to print you one off.
All right, is there any other announcements or anything?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make one real quick. I'd just like to thank the community for coming together for our Blue Line Christmas. We were fortunate enough to do 144 kids this year. My hat's off to the community. The donations that they provided allows a lot of children that wouldn't have a Christmas to have one because of that, and I'm just very thankful for that. And want to let the community know that we're very thankful for their participation.
Okay. Anyone else?
When's the next meeting? Next meeting, Joe, will be
Either.
January 20th.
January the 20th.
Third Tuesday.
January 20th.
Be on Tuesday. Remember, we changed
It'll be
that.
Tuesday instead of Monday, because it's a holiday on Monday.
Well, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Remember the reason for the season. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and the folks on YouTube as well. But are also, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Brian for 106.3 FM with community coverage of local government meetings.
So that's the day before, brother. I hope you don't get a blocking call.
20th, Tuesday after.
Merry Christmas.